A family ate meat at every meal, yet they never bought any from the market. This mystery had puzzled the boy for a long time, until one evening at dinner, he finally summoned the courage to ask his parents where the meat came from. The moment the question left his lips, his mother's face suddenly changed. His father, sitting beside her, also looked unusually serious, as if trying to avoid the topic entirely. Sensing her son's curiosity growing, the mother hurriedly told him to return to his room and go to sleep. But the boy lay awake, unable to quiet the gnawing feeling that his parents were hiding a dark secret. Driven by curiosity, he decided to sneak into the place where his father worked, hiding behind a pillar, waiting for the truth to reveal itself. Not long after, his father entered the room, moving cautiously. After glancing around to ensure no one was watching, he approached a corpse. Carefully, he pulled out a bag he had prepared in advance and took out a scalpel, beginning to dissect the body. Suddenly, the scissors slipped from his hand and fell to the ground. The boy seized the chance. He quietly picked up the scissors and ran off before his father noticed. On his way home, however, he ran into his father by chance. His father motioned urgently for him to get in the car. As the boy climbed in, his eyes fell on an extra white bag in the back seat, and a chilling realization began to form. The boy wanted to touch the bag, but his father quickly scolded him. When they got home, his mother came angrily, upset that he had run out alone. But his father stopped her and told her to go get something from the car. She smiled, understanding immediately. That evening, the table was full of meat again, but the boy didn't feel hungry at all. Suddenly, the scissors fell to the floor. The boy bent down to pick them up, but his father squatted beside him and looked at him like a fierce wolf. The boy froze with fear as his father took the scissors from him. "Where did these come from?" his father asked. The boy said he found them outside, but his father didn't believe him. He put the scissors right into the boy's plate. The boy ran away from the table, scared. But when he looked back, he saw something even more terrifying. To understand how things reached this terrifying moment, let's go back to the beginning. Welcome back to Rush Recap. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting movie recaps. Today, we're explaining the 1989 film Parents. The movie begins with a family moving from Massachusetts to a suburban town in California. Inside a car, a 10-year-old boy, Michael, is with his parents, Nick and Lily. The parents seem happy as they arrive at a new place, but Michael looks unhappy. After dropping Michael off at his new school, Nick and Lily return home. At night, Nick and Lily prepare a lot of meat for dinner. They really like meat. Michael, however, doesn't like meat. He prefers vegetables and salad. Michael is shy and doesn't talk much to people or make friends. After dinner, Michael is afraid of the dark. Nick tries to comfort him, telling him that it is normal for it to be dark at night. He says the only thing that should not be dark is the human mind. Nick carries Michael to his bed and tells him a story about how he overcame his own fear of the dark. After putting Michael to bed, Nick and Lily go back to the kitchen to eat more meat. In the middle of the night, Michael has a strange dream. He opens his clothes and jumps on his bed, but the bed turns into a pool of blood. He tries to get out but starts drowning in the blood. The next morning, Lily is preparing meat for breakfast. Michael looks worried about his dream, but Lily ignores him. She tells him not to pull down his pajamas while sleeping. Later, Michael watches Nick play golf. Nick then takes Michael to the basement and asks him to shine a torch so he can arrange wine bottles on the shelf. Nick has a large wine collection because he thinks wine goes well with meat. The next day, Michael attends his first class. Ms. Baxter introduces him and another new student, Sheila. She asks the students to share something interesting. Sheila talks about making cocktails, but Michael says something strange about killing a cat and burning it. Ms. Baxter is disturbed and tells the class not to hurt their pets. Michael and Sheila become friends because both are new and have no friends at school. That night, Nick tries to feed Michael meat again, but he refuses. Lily visits Michael's room and asks why he is awake. Michael says something creepy. He talks about using gas pipes at home to burn chopped human arms forever. Lily is confused. She tells him to sleep and leaves the room. Later at night, Michael is still awake. He feels thirsty and starts walking toward the kitchen. On the way, he sees Nick and Lily together, and their mouths are covered in blood. Michael is shocked and terrified. Nick and Lily notice Michael watching them and feel embarrassed. After the encounter, Lily pretends nothing happened and takes Michael back to his bed. The next day at school, Ms. Baxter gives the students a workbook and asks them to draw a picture of their family. Later, when she checks the drawings, she is shocked by Michael's picture. It shows his family in a creepy and disturbing way. Soon after, Lily receives a call from the school asking her to come in. She meets the student guidance counselor and psychiatrist, Millie Dew. Millie thinks that Michael has some problems with his parents. Lily laughs and says they have a very good bond with each other. Later that day, Nick and Lily visit Glady Zellner, Nick's coworker, at her house. Glady's daughter plays with Michael while the parents play cards and drink wine. The next day, Michael is called to Ms. Millie's office for questioning. She shows him a picture of a family and asks him what he sees. When Michael sees the picture of a couple putting their child to bed, he remembers the horrible scene of his parents with blood on their mouths. He becomes scared again. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to Nick's workplace, a human laboratory. He arrives with a colleague to check on a dead body. At Nick's workplace, he asks his colleague for liver and lymph tissue from a dead man. At home that night, Nick and Lily eat meat for dinner again, while Michael gets only vegetarian food. Michael asks why they only eat meat, and Lily says they are finishing leftovers from the fridge. Nick gets angry and sends Michael to bed early. While sleeping, Michael has a strange dream. He walks to the kitchen and sees a chopped hand moving in the sink. Blood is everywhere, and he runs away, scared. He keeps seeing his parents biting each other with blood on their mouths. The next day, after school, Sheila visits Michael. They have fun together, and Sheila drinks some wine from Nick's collection. She hides in the fridge where Nick keeps raw meat. When Nick comes home, he is furious to see Michael and Sheila playing in the fridge with his wine. That night, he scolds Michael for playing in the fridge and destroying his wine bottles. He also forbids Michael from seeing Sheila again. Even though Nick forbids him, Michael goes to Sheila's house the next day. Sheila asks what his father does for work. Michael can only say that he goes to work. Curious, Michael sneaks into Nick's workplace and finds the room with the dead bodies. Nick arrives there too, carrying a bag. He checks the bodies and picks one he thinks is fresh. Using a surgical blade, he begins removing organs. Michael notices him drop his scissors, picks them up, and keeps them. Nick hears a sound and looks, giving Michael a chance to escape. At home, during dinner, Michael accidentally drops the scissors he picked up. Nick sees them, but does not scold Michael this time. Later, Michael becomes curious about the basement. One night, he waits until his parents are asleep, then carefully goes downstairs to explore. Michael looks around the basement and sees a piece of wood covered in blood with a butcher's knife on it. Scared, he moves back and bumps into a human leg hanging from a hook. Michael realizes that his parents are cannibals who eat human flesh. Terrified, he rushes to his room. When he turns on the light, he finds Nick sitting on his bed. Nick asks where Michael has been so late. Michael quickly shows a packet of snacks he took from the kitchen. Seeing this, Nick believes Michael was just looking for snacks, tells him to sleep, and leaves. The next scene is at school. Michael is in Millie's office. Millie notices he looks worried and asks if something happened. Michael tells her he saw something horrible, but thinks it might have been a nightmare. He explains his dream about his parents covered in blood and the hanging leg in the basement. Later, Michael takes Millie home to show her the basement. When they get there, everything looks normal. Millie says it must have been just a dream. Suddenly, Millie tries to shoo a rat near a window, but a dead body rolls in front of her. She screams loudly. At the same time, Michael's parents come home. Michael runs out and locks Millie in the basement. Millie manages to escape the basement and goes to the kitchen looking for Michael. Nick attacks her and kills her brutally. That night, Nick ties up Michael and puts him at the dining table, forcing him to eat meat. Michael, angry and scared, grabs a knife and stabs Nick in the chest. Nick gets enraged and attacks Michael. During the fight, a candle falls and sets the curtain on fire. Millie, trying to protect her son, grabs a knife from the kitchen and stabs Nick in the back. Nick then kills Millie with the same knife. Now, Michael is being chased by his injured father throughout the house. Because of his injuries, Nick runs into a gas pipe and breaks it. He tries to get up and grabs the wine shelf, but it falls on him and finally kills him. The room fills with gas, and Michael has very little time to escape before the house catches fire. Luckily, Michael runs out in time and saves his life. In the last scene, he is shown living with his grandparents, who take care of him. Before he goes to bed, his grandparents give him a late-night snack, a glass of milk and a strange-looking beef sandwich, hinting that they were the ones who taught his father to be a cannibal. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie.